Hello? Let's see if I... Oh, I think I'm bright enough from the TV. The little light that I have sitting over here is just not turning on for whatever reason. It's like a USB powered light and it's not coming on, which is super annoying. But hello, everybody. Happy New Year to ya. If I haven't seen ya, I streamed on New Year's Day, but, with Holland, but, I haven't streamed otherwise in a while. Hi, Christy. Hi, Oscar. Hi, Susan. It's good to see you. Christy, I don't think I've seen you in a while, but I'm doing good. I am out of a cast. I'm using my hand. Still working on getting that full bend again in that finger. But otherwise we're doing okay. So I can stream again on my own. However, Mom is sitting off camera because she was interested in this case since she helped me play through 2 big chunks of it. So she's just gonna watch so that she can see more of the case. So we'll jump into that. Yes. I kind of remember what we were doing, but not 100%. So let's see. Was I supposed to be giving things to her? Let's just do a quick run through and... Oh yeah, okay, so we still can't ask about things because she's supposed to be working on the locks. So... is there anything I can do to help with that? Probably not. No, okay, I'm just gonna get whipped for whatever. Well, I wish I could talk to Franny instead then. Hello, Ray. I am enjoying this case too, but I play it like once every like 3 weeks, so sometimes I get confused like what I'm doing. Whoops. I think I read this. Be careful, once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you should just channel her spirit, leave everything up to her. Oh yeah, this is the thing that maybe implicates Iris. And they did the twin trope, of course they did. Gravely...
Dang, if that don't beat off. I've read every single book that gal's ever written.
Vivatka dance, Vivatka dance, Vivatka dance, Vivatka dance, Vivatka dance.
Coley, thank you so much for subbing for 50 months. That's pretty incredible. How are you doing tonight? Alright, let's see. Gravely roast the master in the fire of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Okay, Well, now I'm not sure what I should have been doing. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along the path. Looks like one of the cakes someone left as an offering is missing. I guess Gumshoe couldn't resist the poor guy. There's something strange about this incinerator. I'm sure there was snow on it the first time I saw it. That and the door's open. Someone's been burning something, that's for sure. It's a shame there isn't a trace of what was left inside. We have that, probably. Hand is good. We're still doing physical therapy. I don't have all my strength, and this little knuckle is really stubborn and doesn't want to bend down all the way. But for the most part, we're doing pretty good. I'm still looking for clues. I guess we better hug it out, me and Miles, and talk about what he's uncovered so far. But we did, didn't we? Or were there more things I needed to talk to him about? No, I've talked to him about everything. I think. Get that piece of filth out of my face. You're still mad, huh, Edgeworth? I know a thing or two about Larry Butts, just like you. We both know he likes to act up, but this, even he couldn't make something like this up. If this is what he drew, then this is what he saw. As unbelievable as it may seem. I know. That's what I think, too. Every single time I see that guy, he's in it up to his neck. I knew it. Edgeworth's still mad as a hornet at Larry. Well, I mean, he's an idiot, so... I don't know what the moves are here. Oh, wait. Hang on. Can I ask her about people? Like, how about your dead sister? Nah, frick. Did I talk to everybody else about her? I don't remember. Hi, Puffy. Dang. Alright, let's go back again. Oh, okay, here we go. Something's happening. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Huh, you're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Oh, yeah. Pearls? It's no good. She's... okay. So does that mean that I have what I need to do that? Might as well save and try. Larry Butts is a boy loser? Yeah, that's very true. Alright, I guess we'll just see if we have what we need to unlock her psyche locks. Okay. The night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Donim's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? I'm assuming it's the Inner Temple, so I'm gonna guess that. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not gonna open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm gonna take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that's probably because Maya was in there. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course.
I signed up for your special course.
Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Ha ha, ho ho ho. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls.
What's
not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there till after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell. The Hazakura Temple bell's pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. Herm. Could it be this? The burnt letter? As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit, leave everything up to her. Okay. So I bet I'm gonna guess this. Yeah. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper.
Where did you...
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. So, hang on a second. Are we getting at the fact that Pearl channeled the spirit of dead Dahlia and then jetpacked away? Like, I'm still confused.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion's been burnt, but the last section's still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... I think it was Dahlia. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? She killed 2 people and used to be my girlfriend.
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls, who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Okay, great question. You think Bikini? I was gonna guess Elise. But that wouldn't maybe make any sense, because if she was supposed to go to Elise's room and then chose not to do something else, I guess it would have had to either be Bikini or her own mother, who is in solitary confinement somehow. We'll give it a try. This is... No, the music didn't stop, so I don't think it was right. This is the person who wrote the instructions, isn't it, Pearls? You must have had a lot of faith in them to follow their instructions to a T.
I had a lot of faith in you, Mr. Nick.
Oh, thanks.
But I don't think I could trust you anymore.
Oops. Oh, Pearl sure can be blunt when she wants to be. Alright, now think. Someone who Pearls would trust, no questions asked. There can't be many candidates for that post. Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. Okay, so maybe Maya? But why would Maya ask this? So, it had to be either Maya or her mother, I think. Oh gosh, I don't know. Well, if I get it wrong and we die, then I'll just start it again. Pearls. I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why. But how did... Okay, sure, but like, how did Morgan get a note to Pearls when she's in solitary confinement?
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. All right, Pearls, it's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
Okay, the flying nun photo that Larry sketched.
Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. All right, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Misunderstood some of the words. Be careful. Well, something. Once night falls, something should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit, leave everything up to her. Her name is Blarna. She is our all blah, 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 the whole blah 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 blah. Here is a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is burn the blah blah blah. Also make blah, 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 tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Gravely roast the master. So that would have been Misty / Elise, but her scroll was gravied. Gravely roast the master in the fire of Hades. So she thought gravy. That's odd. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Oh! What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss O'Nim on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss O'Nim taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me.
And the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Okay.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
Nobody noticed a child taking a pot? The gravy.
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Karain like it said in the letter.
I see, and then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the Inner Temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fall asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the Inner Temple?
Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, and I heated up the leftover gravy,
And let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? I'd eat the gravy if I'd been there all night. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
It was written right in my brother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the Inner Temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else is already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yup, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could? Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother's gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month, she told me...
The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually, a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit. But this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like, Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother's watching over us. So I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
I mean, your mother literally wants Maya dead, but sure. Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, I guess I forgot he's around because he busted in to, like, try to help Maya or whatever. Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot? The entrance to the Sacred Cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Huh. What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Why are you being so mean to me? Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow once and for all. Was he like in love with Mia or something and now he's mad at me because Mia died?
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
Awesome. I'm gonna buddy strap my fingers together real quick. Okay. Okay, well. My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish, it seems I was just in time. So... to be continued. Okay, I have a question. Very confused. So, she thinks that she...
Sorry.
Like, she must have done this thing so that she can ensure Maya's death somehow. But she didn't know if Misty was still alive, which, I mean, I guess she's dead now, too. I don't know, dude. Now we're at the court! February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1.
Good morning! Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's gonna happen to Mystic Maya.
Yeah, she's been in there like 3 days. I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Yeah, because it's been 3 days, because if it's the 10th now, and I know that all this happened to Maya on my birthday, which is the 7th.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. Oh, it's Godot. Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot. Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She's been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché, I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all of this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Yeah, the arc between bitter rivals and friends has been something interesting to watch between Phoenix and Miles. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Donim, no, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Alright, here we go. 10 a.m. Time for court. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. I look so confident. Your Honor? What are you... Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad he couldn't be here. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people... I should have my objection mug right now with a cup of decaf coffee. That would just be perfect. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean... forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Domnim?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court. Order! Witness, are you saying you were accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? That Godot. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone? Ugh, now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself if need be to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite. She's naming Maya? Order in the court. We've been in this situation before where Maya was accused of murder. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer?
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Objection!
That is ridiculous. Maya would never... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You cannot blame her for it.
Why would her mom try to kill her? I'm gonna grab my water. So it was in self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. I don't remember this, actually. Crud, I don't remember this. I don't remember what that determination was. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Okay. I went to the inner temple that night and saw it all happen in the garden. Okay, let's ask about that. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Objection!
Did she know? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? It was in the inner temple's training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor.
You're saying that the victim attacked Maya. I mean, Miss Faye.
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time? So is this supposed to be, like, before she was locked into this cage? I assume so. Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear. This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? So while Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike.
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
No, she wouldn't do that because her staff is a weapon. We discovered that with Gumshoe. Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger?
A dagger, huh? And Elise Donim tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly.
You look like I did after mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? There is one thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do? But this witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Ugh. Okay, now let's continue. I think Godot is a very interesting character. I'm a little confused why everybody said he's like super cool and awesome, because right now he's kind of a jerk. Did you hear my voice crack? Jerk!
She threw her staff away and pulled the dagger from him. No, she didn't.
She threw her staff away.
Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
It's true, it's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff. Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright? Yeah, it's odd, all right.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger. I'm sure of this.
You're a liar, but I'll come back to that. And then?
Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she'd taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Witness, are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something...
Maya Fey's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead. Yes, I see. This is bad. I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's gonna get blamed for this.
I only have this to say. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
I'm gonna press this, but then I think I know what to do. So you're saying Maya Fey was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Nim. Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Objection!
Trite. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this. I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. There's only one thing you need to get, Trite. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is Godot waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. Two things? Okay, so I think it's this, but I am gonna save just in case. Because I can reload if I'm wrong. Alright, so I think I'm gonna present the staff here, because why would she throw the staff away when the staff is the sword?
Objection!
Sister Iris, there is something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
Miss Nim throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. Ah! If Elise Nim really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well... Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright?
I have here another piece of evidence that shows this testimony can't be trusted. Because Alisto Nim would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. I guess it's the talisman because the talisman proves that she's Misty Fey. And why would Misty want to kill her daughter? So I think I'm going to go with that. Uh-oh, that was not right. Uh-oh. I didn't save right before either. I am gonna save again right here just in case. I'll have 2 missing, but... Oh! Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a good night. I still don't think that Mr. Nim would ever attack Maya. If you think about their relationship, it's obvious. Why don't you think it over one more time? Okay, so something that's more evident that Elise is Misty. Do I just present her as she is? We'll see. Alisto Nim would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Alisto Nim. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey?
Oh! No! Not Misty Fey!
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to... Misty Fey is the master of the Korean channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious?
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Alisto Nim actually the great Mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years, perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Ugh. Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, 1, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and 2, that the 2 people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in the world that's impossible, except for one little thing. Yes, what is this one little impossible thing? Huh, you still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree when the last blow was struck and ending the violent battle between the 2 women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough